Well, hey guys, it's good to see you. It is the end of October. It's a
I'm gonna do it in just a
little
second.
disheartening. But we're just gonna mute
I
you here
think,
if you don't mind. But we are at the end of October, which means we're really starting to, if we start thinking about not only Halloween, which of course is right around the corner, but now we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we have to think about these things because it's kind of sneaking up. And all you do is walk in the store and you see a barrage of Christmas decorations already, so it's inevitable. But at any rate, that is the commercial world as we see it. And I have a feeling this year stores will be particularly anxious to make sure their sales are in good shape. And they'll be bludgeoning us with commercials of Christmas and all the other things. So it's coming. Okay, so in terms of announcements, um, I don't have a lot because now we're sort of reaching the point of the year where things start slowing way down. Um, as I see it, we only have only one thing I can really announce. Well, really two. Um, on November 2nd, we have the Music Expo's vinyl record show in Waltham, Massachusetts, and that runs from 10 to 3 p.m. So there, if you're looking for something to do and you want vinyl, and it wouldn't surprise me if they have some other things as well, check it out. Um, and also for our friends in the South, the New Jersey Antique Radio Club Fall Swap Meet and Hamfest will occur on November 22nd. That'll be just before Thanksgiving, and that will be in Parsippany and running from 8 to 12. And Paul, I don't know if there's anything else like you could add to that to maybe lure some people your way, but that I guess is your last event before the end of the
yeah,
year.
that's pretty much it for this year for our club. We have the repair clinic this coming weekend, and then that's our last swap meet for the year.
Got it. Got it. Um, and maybe one extra day. That must be a Saturday because on Sunday there is, if you're way up in Portland, Maine, there is a Records Shows Maine at the Fireside Inn in Portland, and that runs from 9 to 3. So if you're up in the, we do have some members, club members like Joe and Carl who are up in the Maine area. So maybe there may be some records to be found there.
What's happening to the price of vinyl, John? Maybe somebody here would is tracking that. I'm interested just in knowing how many people are playing it now, whether it's still super in or whether it's losing its appeal. Anybody have any input on that?
Well, I could throw something at you, Tom, for what it's worth, um, uh, because I happen to be. I watch CBS Sunday Morning. It was like that, watch the hour and a half show of all the different segments. And this past Sunday, they had a segment of a guy who does specializes in making LPs, and it's in Salina, Kansas. And he's even actually they do what I guess for lack of a better word, ultra like high def or ultra high def vinyl. So they're working on some, I guess really maybe really high quality masters that they're doing that on. But the point is, it's obviously on a national show, so it just adds more exposure to vinyl, and and I'm sure you can watch back episodes. It was on this past Sunday, and
Yeah, that same guy does like 78s as well, 78 RPMs,
exactly.
because obviously if it runs at a faster speed, you can even get more bandwidth.
And he has a story, I think, and but I didn't check because I missed like the beginning, so I never actually got the name of the place, but I could certainly do the search. It's used to have to Google whether he seems to have a store there. So I don't know whether you can do it online, but I was really impressed. He has it turns out something several thousand per
Yeah.
the
Well, the
day or
local
week.
Walmart even
Yeah.
has vinyl now.
Yeah, so they're pushing. So we're starting to see more of it happening. And the fact that you just mentioned that the local Walmart has it, that's actually pretty exciting because it's sort of bringing back something that, slowly but surely is coming back. Because I don't, all of us probably here remember walking into, I remember going to Caldor when I was a kid and I'd go right over to the record store, flip, 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 got it, got it, got it, got it. Oh, that's it. If you're looking for a particular artist, hoping for something new that they would get in, or if they had a record sale, then you'd say, "Oh, that's awesome," because on a kid's budget, you tend to be very frugal how you spend your money. Um, but yeah, so the real point is, I actually can't answer your directly on pricing, and maybe someone like Kenny Cool, who sells vinyl at our shows, maybe has some insight because he does a lot with his. In fact, that's how I get my records. I get it from him typically because my niece gives me a wish
Always,
list.
I've always been sort of intrigued by it. I made a 33 RPM LP back in 1970 something or other, using a record company in downtown New York,
Hmm.
and watched the process and all. That was fun. That was sort of getting my foot in the door and watching the whole thing. And I've sort of watched what's happened to vinyl over the years, and there are all these specialty shops. Even the shop I'm going to show, he had a lot of vinyl in there, and I imagine there are a lot of people who play it. I hope that that means that somebody somewhere is making those little needles, because they do wear out after a while. And if you play a record with a worn out or chipped needle, you can really do serious damage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Burlington, Massachusetts, there used to be a store near the mall that was called Needle in a Haystack. And they had a great selection of cartridges and styli and all that, but it's getting hard to find it, or I'm not looking in the right place, because I'm getting close to being due for needing a new cartridge and stylus, for a couple of my turntables.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, because otherwise, some people will find things on eBay or other sources, but I don't know if there must be an official, like radio parts. There must be a site where you can get, record news covering a range of,
Um,
American sources.
strangely,
Joe has
strangely
a
enough, I've
comment
had
there.
less trouble finding like needles and cartridges for antique phonographs than for my quote unquote modern ones that are only 40 or 50 years old.
Yeah,
Joe has
Stereo
a
ones like a Shure V15 Type 3 or a Stanton 681 Triple E or something like that.
yeah, there are at least two places I know of. One would be Turntable Needles. I think it's turntableneedles.com.
Hmm.
The other would be a VM with oh, what the devil's his name?
oh, Voice of Music with what's his name?
Yeah, Voice of Music. Gary Stork.
That's it.
He's out in Michigan. He'll have a lot of what you need. Needle wise, a lot of them come out of Germany.
The internet, whatever you need, you can always find it if you look long enough.
Yeah, somebody with the Nevic Club just took in a big cache of cartridges and needles
Really?
this year. Yeah, I'd have to go back in the email and do some searching. Give me some time and I'll see if I can find it. He was making a lot of good offers.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
some of that stuff is pricey, and new cartridges you buy, even the Grados have gotten very expensive. And
You
of
know,
The
you
course,
thing
also
that
have
thing
there's
that
that
blows
place.
my mind completely is the cost of matched condensers for audio gear. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Amherst or Nashua over on, I think it's 101A. Can't remember the name of the business, and it's a high end place. But Turntable Needles would be my, and Gary Stork's place would be the other one I would go to. VM. I'll put it in the chat in a little while.
and
Oh,
I
great.
do believe Turntable Needles does have uh, some NOS stuff. At least last time I looked, so I got to get a couple of replacement stylus for a few 80C ZLMs that I have laying around. The problem with those is as they age, the elastomer that holds the stylus gives up the ghost and the cantilever drops out of them.
Oh,
So I have to replace those.
Recording in progress.
Whoops.
Sorry, I'm transitioning here.
I see. I see. No problem. No problem, Noah. All right. But yeah, I mean, we got to cut you off there, Noah. There you go. Um, I'll try to make it a point after the meeting. If I find the episode link, I'll throw it in the group's IO and say, hey, by the way, if you were looking for that, it was only like 20 minutes, so probably about halfway through the episode uh in the
I may
morning.
also be able to come up with something this weekend. I'm actually having, well, when a door closes, a window opens. I'm having my first disappointment as far as Texas is concerned. There's a really good car show I was looking forward to going to this Saturday, and it looks like it might be rainy and not conducive to a car show, but
No, bummer.
it's the convention weekend for the vintage
The
phonograph and
VRPS.
radio
Yeah.
society thing. So if I'm up at the vintage phono and radio society convention,
Oh,
I should be able
VPRs.
to find something out about cartridges and phonograph needles up there.
Cool. Well,
Maybe
it's
I can
funny.
take
David
a bunch
Spy.
of pictures.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that'd be great if you could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there should be a lot there.
Because David Spivey emailed me and said that he was heading out there. So he was loading up his car with some stuff. I assume maybe either to sell or to enter the contest, and he'll be out there too. So I said, hey, that'd be great if either of you or both could take photos, and maybe we could do a little short coverage either the next meeting. That'd be great, or the meeting after, whatever works. I'm flexible.
Yeah. John, could I just bring something up quickly?
Of course.
Um, has like in the last 2 days been a video posted on Roaring Twenties radio, I believe, on YouTube,
Mhm.
and it is a um, um, a walkthrough of the Antique Wireless Museum up in Bloomfield, New York. So I would encourage any of you to go on the Roaring Twenties radio YouTube and click on that. It's the last video that was posted, so you'll find it right away. But it's like an hour video and it's amazing, this museum. So I would encourage anyone, if you have the opportunity, to go on YouTube and check that out.
We're heading out to St. Louis tomorrow, and on the way Saturday, we're going to go to the museum. I was there once about 25 years ago, so it'll be fun to see it again.
Yeah,
It's
when I
very,
win the
very
lot,
different. It's in a new building and
Yeah,
it is absolutely unbelievable. Anybody gets up anywhere near it, it's worth the trip.
Mm.
yeah, when I
What
win
is
the
the Rolling
lottery,
Stones?
I'm going to donate the money when I win the lottery to our club to open something like that because it is absolutely amazing. And this video is terrific. So I would encourage you to check that out.
I like the idea, Bill. Big lottery win. We need a building that would embarrass CHRS.
Yes, yes, John, yes.
But that's I think is going to be a pipe dream. But I like the idea. But no, see, I have to admit, there's a little jealousy there. I mean, but actually positive jealousy. It's just like, wow, if only we had that facility.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thanks for raising awareness, Bill, because I know I've never been there and I'd like to go someday, but I probably won't get there anytime soon until I actually climb the car and do some sort of cross-country drive and have to kind of pick my stops. That would certainly be one of them. But thanks for the heads up.
The
Whereabouts in New York is that?
walkthrough is very good. And maybe I could also give a quick report on the last MIT show.
Sure. Oh, sorry. Before you do, Mark, what was your?
Was that the Radio Museum in New York, the wireless?
Yeah, the AWA, I guess, museum, right? And Bloomfield, is that the name of the town?
Bloomfield, yeah. Sort of out by
Yes,
close to
that's it.
Rochester, New York.
Okay, up by Rochester. All right.
Yeah. So I went to the MIT show last Sunday, and it was a good show. The problem is the cheapest hotel room within walking distance of the show was $691.
Yikes.
So
Ouch.
I gotta sell an Enigma machine in order to handle that kind of price. It was the weekend of the Charles River boat races, I guess, and so Boston just gets mobbed with people, and the hotels they have you by the neck and they twist. It's amazing. Anyway, the good turnout, very good turnout. A lot of interesting stuff showed up. I'd say about 50% computers, 30% high and medium end audio, with a fair amount of old video stuff and old recorders, maybe 10% radio equipment, ham radio equipment, and roughly the same for antique radios. Not a lot of radio gear there, but it's a fun show. It's about this one was 4 floors in a pretty good sized parking garage, so no problem with rain and ever, but it does get very cold. So if you ever get to MIT, it's the third Sunday of every single month of the year, except after, I guess it'd be November, December, January, February, March, they hold off, and then starting April and ending in October.
Great. Thanks, Tom. This was the last show of the year, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I always try to go to the first and last show because the students for the first show they're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and come down, and Adam was there. Adam was just having a grand time picking up antique computers. He got some really interesting stuff at the show.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got to get down there. It's sad because we go to Cambridge enough times, so I have to just coincide with that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Now, while you have the air, if you will, Tom, did you want to show the photos from the Auburn, New York music shop?
Yeah, the story there is I was up in Skinny Atlas for a family function, and I got really, really bored. So I went for a little drive, and I ended up in this town, Auburn, New York, which is pretty small. And I'm walking along the main street just looking for anything to do. Anything at all would have been fine. And I walked by a music shop, and it had old guitars and cellos and violins and stuff hanging in the window. And I also noticed that there were a couple of really spectacular antique radios in the window. So I walked in with my little spy camera, and I was just overwhelmed by the collection of antique radios that this guy has in that store, tucked away in the weirdest places. And so I was taking a lot of pictures, hoping he wouldn't get annoyed with me. And finally, I just gussied up my courage, and I asked him, "Would you mind if I took some pictures?" Yeah. "Oh, no, are you a radio collector? Oh, great, come on in." Take a look in the back room, look at the stuff I've got. So that was a lot of fun. But I thought I'd just share a few of the pictures with you that I took. And let's see. I don't know all of what I'm looking at here, but I'll just enlarge these, and you can sort of see the kind of stuff that the guy had. Let me see if I hope I can enlarge it. Yeah.
See that RCA down on the floor next to the
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the bullhorn. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Looks like maybe a Zenith racetrack up there on the shelf.
Yeah, I figured people would probably recognize these guys. Sorry. What's the one with the Chinese symbolism in the very middle there? I think I've seen one of those before.
Yeah, ditto.
Hopalong Cassidy.
Maybe it's a speaker, I don't know. But whoop, come back. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. Yeah, I see the racetrack radio. Yeah. Wow, there's some good stuff there.
Yeah, it was fun. I just walked around with this little camera, and it's sort of a strange mixture. A lot of audio mixers, of course, and keyboards and stuff down in front, but all along the back wall are these really
I see
nice.
my favorite, my Rocket Radio
Oh yeah, look at that right up. Yeah,
The guy up top there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lamp. Yeah, it's a lamp. Like a lamp stand.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah.
Did
And
you
you've got,
see any can opener radios?
I bet not.
Right. Oh, that's right.
well, there was some nice stuff in here, that white one, and it had to take a picture through the cellophane or whatever it was, so it didn't come out very well, but I thought you'd be intrigued. It's just such an amazing thing to see a guy who really collects serious stuff and puts it in this music shop.
Oh, look at that. I've seen it.
Nice looking Zenith.
Lots of vinyl and some CDs, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And
think
this
that's
is
a family
this
radio.
this is his workbench. I love this one. It looks like all of our workbenches put together.
Look at the cash register.
It's a Con Strobo tuner in the center.
You can see, look at all the soldering irons in the front here. He's got a whole line of soldering irons. I guess most of his business now is probably electric guitars, and so he's got to be pretty good at soldering.
Where is he?
Auburn, New York. It's 10 minutes west of Skinny-Atlas. And that is
Skinny Atlas.
somewhere in Western New York.
Right, right.
I think they call it the upper tier or something like that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
there's a little
I
bit of a
just
drive.
wondered if we were going to be going near it.
Oh, look at that. That's what is that? We
Just
just
like
what
we
is
had
that?
in the silent auction.
exactly. That's the exact one that that I think it was Al Perkins was that had donated for the silent auction.
Maybe he bought it.
It's possible.
I think well, I can't swear whether Bruce got it or not because Bruce really liked that. He really wanted. He said he had been looking for it for years. So
Oh.
I would not be surprised that's part of Bruce's collection, but I don't remember who won that silent auction.
That little plastic one right next to it, I think I have one of right on in my living room. I think it's the same
The one in the middle or way over on the right?
the one in the middle.
Uh-huh. Don't know what it is. I don't think I can get a good enough
I
blow
can't
up
even
on it
remember.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably it's obscured by the.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, look
Oh.
at it, it's not bad.
General Electric.
Yeah, it
I
looks
think
like
so,
a
right.
General Electric. Yeah.
It's
No,
kind of
possible.
cream colored on the front, and the case on the back side is sort of a turquoisey blue-green color.
Yeah. Some more stuff. It's tucked away in the weirdest places, up in the ceiling, and just
Oh, look at that.
rows of these things.
Oh, look at that. He's got some clues. I know it's had a got the bullhorn. Now you see, of course, the Zenith there on the right.
What's that one all the way to the left, the sort of dark radio in front of the cathedral?
Not sure.
Never saw one like that.
Is that
Yeah.
an RCA 811?
Can't quite make it out.
Mm.
Wish I had a
it's
better
20
camera with
right
me.
I like that kind of Jetsons or Deco-y one right there in the middle, that little odd
Yeah.
shaped brown
Yeah.
one. with
That Emerson, is that? Or a GE?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
The dial face almost says GE, but I can't swear to it.
Hmm.
Cool stuff though. Yeah, he's got some interesting stuff and things that we don't see too often. Of course, he had a
Well,
couple of
and that
TOs.
wooden one with the sort of curvature area where the
Yep.
speaker goes. I can't remember what it is, but I had one of those. Boy, do they stink. If you look at that escutcheon, the
It's an old
escutcheon
ass
around the dial face there, as it starts, it's made of that weird 40s or 50s plastic that smells like
Dead.
vomit when it starts.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Fake
about.
And look at how RCA has got. That's okay. They had cheapened the horn, the
Yeah.
golden throat horn
Yeah.
by that model. It was just rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is a beautiful sounding AM radio.
I can imagine. Oh, look at this. Wow, now look at
What
that.
is this? This one up here in the upper left, it says the Dion Quince.
Wow.
The
Quintuplet.
Dion quints.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go
I've
up there.
never seen one of those
Look.
before.
Yeah, look at that.
That's definitely a radio. Wow.
Dion quints.
That looks kind of legit. Like, wow.
Yeah, like a special edition. There must have been
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
quintuplets, very special quintuplets that were
Yeah, that is
had a radio
cool.
named after them.
Dion Quince. Wow. I've
That
never.
really blew my socks off when I saw
Oh,
that. That's just
see the little
amazing.
see the little brown television set?
Yeah.
I have one of those. That's actually a salt and pepper shaker. A salt shaker and a pepper shaker come out on top of that.
The
Ah,
Dion Quints were born May 28th, 1934, and they were the first
whoa.
quintuplets known to have survived their infancy.
Wow. And
Why would anyone make a radio
They
in
were famous. They were the
celebration
first
of
ones. First
Who
ones to
knows? They were
survive.
born in Ontario, so the Canadians do odd things.
that is nice. Emerson. Wow, you have some cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mickey
And what's
Mouse.
this thing that says boss on it? Is that a known radio, the one on the lower right there?
It's actually Ross.
Oh, yeah, I don't know much about that. Some cool stuff. We got this Emerson. Oh, yeah, we've seen that one. You have one of those, Noah, right?
Yep.
Emerson, yeah.
Yep.
Have you got one of those? Charlie McCarthy jobs?
No, just the Emerson and the
Yeah, the Emerson at the bottom.
salt and pepper shaker.
That TV pepper shake. That's pretty cool. Never seen one of those. Wow, he has some good stuff. This guy, well, actually, it could have made sense if they were Canadian. The Canadian border is not that far away. To have that come over is not out of the question.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa, look at that.
So, this little pile up here.
This guy's got.
Oh, I've got that Motorola right there that you're pointing at. The
Which
little
one?
flip up, the one to the left.
That one?
Yep.
Oh,
When
that's
you lift,
nice. That's
when you lift the
unusual.
cover up, that's the on-off switch.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. He's got some good stuff. Wow, more reason to go visit Auburn, New York.
Okay, knock this down a little bit.
Pick up a fiddle.
Now onto this. I mean, just a whole wall of this stuff, and just amazing.
He's got the bomber TO. It looks right, if the image is right in the center right, there you go.
Yep.
And he's got two other TOs. Wow, he certainly no collection is complete without a TO.
Can someone tell me up next to the rocket lamp radio up high, there's one that looks like an owl face? Yeah, that guy right there. I used to have two of those and they disappeared, and I'd like to find another one.
Okay. Well, now you know where it is.
Yeah, right.
I don't think the guy
row of transoceanics all the way to the end looks like a really basic.
Yeah, that's a good point.
transoceanic.
Because the other one in between is either an RCA or
I've never
maybe-
seen that radio.
Yeah, you're right. I've never either. That's like your strip-o model, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like the dial face.
Yeah,
AM only.
really? Whoa.
I have no idea.
So here's this Chinese guy over here on the right, and it's
Yeah.
obviously a radio. Nobody have any idea about what it is?
I worked on something like that. But yeah, I think I can see it. As I recall, down the middle of the front, that's two separate doors.
Ah,
And that opens up, but I don't remember the things on the side. So it may be a different version of a friend of my wife's bought it at a antique auction and asked me if I'd get it working. It was a mid-30s radio, nothing fancy.
Right.
I really like that. That basic radio, the TO, and that is very curious. That went to the left. Very curious.
What's this little oval guy up in the center top here?
Gosh, I'm trying to read the label because obviously
We don't have all of our experts on with us tonight.
Yeah, we need Bob. Call him
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I know. Yeah, where are you, Bob? What the heck are you
Bob
doing?
and
Stop,
Larry
stop, stop slacking off. That may be a that might is that a zenith to the right, the white with the boomerang dial face? That might be it might I wonder if that's a zenith.
It's a Zenith. I have one.
Oh,
Okay, there we
okay.
go.
You know, looking at the twins and realizing where this guy is, some of these may be Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
Not
point.
seen.
That's a
Yeah,
good
could
point.
be easily.
I'm trying to look at that. Stop moving it, Tom. Gosh.
Okay. Okay.
Here you go, scroll down.
I,
Oh,
Where
I'm
do you
no,
trying
want
to
me to
look
go?
at that.
Down, down,
Come
up,
down.
what?
I'm trying to look at that transoceanic base model.
yeah, there you go, right
Is that
there.
it
Yeah.
on the left over there? That one?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have never seen that.
Yeah, it's like
I
you're
can't read what the bottom of the basal
Let
says.
me increase the magnification, see if we can do any good
does
with
say
it.
zenith.
It's a 600.
Shortwave.
I have one of them.
It says like to say shortwave. What's saying at the top? There's some inscription. I see zenith at the bottom, at the top, opposite side.
Uh,
Shortwave.
Oh, shortwave. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's like
Joe, you have one?
no, I've got the brown leather.
Oh, okay. No. Have you
that's
ever
like
seen the one to the left of it?
No, not that one.
it's like your lost leader. You know, you see in the you get your like in the
Yeah.
car ads. Yeah,
Your bait and switch.
exactly you get this one. You know, like you get this for $20, and you end up getting the one the bomber.
Looks like the cover should be, excuse me, be hinged over to come cover it.
Yep.
And you can tell you are in upstate New York because look at all the Genesee beer signs to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genesee Cream Ale, if anyone's ever had the pleasure of having one.
It's off of Route 90, Carl, if you want to stop by.
We're going to be north, I think, because we're going up to Rochester and then from Rochester to
Yeah, it's
That multi-band, if you could scroll down just a little bit there, I wonder what that is, the one in the back behind, hiding behind.
No, you know what? Actually, Joe, you're right.
It's
Ann will be
southwest of
excited to know we're only looks like maybe a half hour out of the way.
yeah, it's southwest of Syracuse.
Yeah, I see it. And we're going to be going through Syracuse.
Why not, Carl? Why don't you pop in and, say, you know what, the word's getting out.
That's right. That's right.
You want to drop
Tom,
us off?
I'll text with you and email with you and get the name of the place.
I don't know the name of the place. I'm sorry, but just look up Music Shop in Auburn. It's the only way I can think of to do it.
There's a reasonable chance there's only one in Auburn.
Auburn Mall.
Oh, there it is.
Look at all this stuff.
Well, let me get back to where I was here. That was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to this one. That's the next to the right.
Westinghouse.
There's actually two, Speno Music and Auburn Musician.
Okay.
Well, I'll look up Auburn musician.
I don't think he even mentions antique radios in his ad.
No, it's probably just.
I just went with Music Shop.
Is that Genesee can in the
sure?
middle?
That sure is. Oh yeah, that absolutely is. I'm used to seeing it in the bottle, but yep, that's Jenny. That's Genesee Cream Ale.
Genesean is believing.
Here's some fun stuff.
What's the light blue radio in the middle?
Oh, that's one of those Admiral refrigerator radios. Is that what it was? Westinghouse. Thank you.
Westinghouse. Yeah, that's what I said when it first popped
up.
up.
Yes. I got the maker wrong, manufacturer.
And how about the trapezoidal dial guy in the lower right?
That's a clock, I think. Is that not?
I think so too.
Yeah,
and it's the dial faces. I think the ribbons right below it.
With a radio underneath it. Yeah.
But who makes it? Unknown. Here's some really good stuff. Yeah. Well, worth a visit along. This is like a little museum.
There's another view sort of that general area.
Any gut feeling on the prices? Were they reasonable?
He didn't said he everything I asked him about. He said it's not for sale.
Oh, okay.
The guy obviously is a collector, and he did say at one point, "Well, I got a duplicate over there, but I'm not sure about it." So hedging the thing. So I would say look at this more as a museum and a freaky place to go than a place to find stuff.
It looks like, is that a Crosley, the tan right below, right there? That's
I would say it's Speno Music because I see
think
radios
so.
in their pictures.
there you go.
Yeah. But I'm not going to waste the time there if he's not selling.
Yeah.
I've
What's
already
that?
got a hall pass for the AWA.
Right. What's this? What's the one on the far right, bottom far right over there with the funny little
Their
That is
website doesn't
appendix.
work.
That's
got
actually
a
appendix.
The Bendix?
diagonal dial?
I think Greg called it out. I think he said appendix.
I had one like that. It's got a metal grill. It's like a
Oh, okay. Okay, that front's metal. All right. Yeah, that does
Anyway,
look like.
gentlemen, that's all I can offer, but it was a really fun discovery and saved me from a totally boring a few hours.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, that was all worth it. Yeah, thank you. That's terrific. Hey, by the way, I don't know if people saw Dick Joltz had thrown in the chat window about uh looking for if anyone needs NOS needles. He's got a whole bunch. He had so if you're looking for something particular, you might want to reach out to him directly.
That goes back a year ago when he sent that out.
Oh, yeah, I do remember seeing that, but he just, oh, that's from you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought Dick was like, geez, I don't remember seeing Dick on the thing, and I didn't realize that's from you. Oh, there we go. I'm really losing my mind. Thank you, Joe. But you never know.
Yeah.
Um, cool.
Oh, and then
Well,
I threw a couple of things in about phonograph parts. So
yeah, that's great.
good luck.
Thank you for sharing, and you never know, people looking for stuff. Okay, so pictures. So I'm going to I figured it'd be easier. I was going to share off of the Google Drive, but one of the little problems I have with Google Drive is like it's hard for me, at least on the Mac. I can't seem to expand it at will the way I can if I have it locally in my drive. So I'm actually going to pull off my drive instead. We're probably going to get through all these anyway, given our time anyway. But because we'll have plenty of opportunity to continue this. But so let me just make sure I got the window up. And let's do some sharing. Oops, that I don't need up. You don't need to see that. Okay, move people around here. Actually, no, I'm going to keep you guys right here. So this was the early part. We had a particularly good free table. I assume everyone can see this, right? Uh, we had a lot of stuff get deposited here, and I saw a lot of people walking away with stuff. And we got Roger and Chuck. This is like 6:30 in the morning, so people are already arriving and just dropping their stuff off, and they're already going in there and trying to get their first dibs on things. So we had a lot of good stuff on there. However, did not come away with anything on the free table, nor did I deposit anything. It was kind of a net neutral for me. There's Chuck caught in the act, fingering whatever. And Chuck, by the way, is basically he mans the gate, gets the sellers up and going typically. So he's a big help for the club. Some good stuff here, actually. We got Jim Monahan, and Jim is, of course, he's our TV guy. He always looks for vintage TVs, and he even puts a sign with his table, which I did take a photo of. So anyone's ever looking has a TV, they're looking for a new home, Jim may be your man. At this point, though, and I know there was some other. televisions, even people deposit television. And I think Roger's son, I think Kyle or came away with one or two. So we had the gamut here.
You have to take both of them just for balance on the way back to the car.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you put it on one side of the car, you better put it dead center. Otherwise, the car is tilting like the Flintstones, car. If it's, yeah, that's for sure.
Posited a printer and a scanner there too.
Yeah, people are depositing all sorts of. I don't know, if they actually got taken. Some of those may have been taken back by the depositor. The modern stuff, it's a real crapshoot. I've seen coffee makers deposited there. It's like, okay, that's, yeah, maybe is it a 25-year-old coffee maker? Okay, if it is, I don't know if I call it quite vintage electronics. There's not a lot of communication part of it, unless it happens to have a radio built in. Yeah. So this was actually, as I walked in, this was Howard's table. And you ever get those cases where you look at something and say, I'm pretty tempted. And I think I'm gonna just think about it for just 5 or 10 minutes. Well, I no sooner walked away for like 10 or 15 minutes, came back, it was gone. And I said, damn, I kind of always wanted one of those because I love I don't want to call them Landau lights, you know. Um, and of course, I can only imagine that I'm sure it's lit up pretty cool. Plus, there's a tuning eye, it's Howard. It's almost assuredly has a tuning eye. Not guaranteed, but most radios will have a tuning eye. And somebody bought two of his radios and they got a really good deal. And John came away without that. So I was a little bit bummed because I really kind of said, oh, I think I really kind of like just because it's so unusual because they have to have something, completely different. But anyway, that was terrific. I forget the French manufacturer of this particular one, but I mean, it's going to be a good piece when you come away from Howard and you can see I'm sure it's all working. And but anyway, easy come, easy go, as they say.
I've had people come back to my table after I'll think about it and be sort of obnoxious about the fact that it got sold.
Oh, did you, I was wringing my hands, by the way, Carl, on that Zenith. But by the time I came back and thought about it, you were already packed up and hitting the road, but I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should, because I have enough stuff in here. Did you actually sell that?
Actually, a good friend of mine took it.
Okay,
And
that's good.
yeah, from at Nearfest, and if it comes back around again, which it wouldn't surprise me, he didn't buy it. I just gave it to him.
Got it.
I'll keep you in mind.
Cool. Thank you.
That's a nice sounding radio.
Yeah, that was nice again. And also particularly attractive color too. He had nice, but he had. I think I'm sure I have a picture I'll show later. It's the burgundy case, so it's really quite attractive. It's here. I'm trying to think what this is.
Fada?
I'm trying to look for the.
It almost looks like it's a Fada.
It might be. I'm looking for the Fonda. If it is there something I can't? It was a little bit dark because my flash did go off, but I can't tell for sure. I'll try to see if I can.
Ooh, you're pretty close there. No?
It looks like a short name, so could it be? I don't know. Darn. I just don't think it was such a dark case. Even with my flash, I don't think I was able to get it. And I see nothing at the top that says it's the sticker, unfortunately, is looking in the wrong direction. But
Are those RCA knobs?
that's a good
bullet knobs.
Yeah, that's a good question. We can only get to who made this.
I think I had an 811K at one point that had knobs that looked like that.
That's a radio, a nice looking dial face
Yeah.
too. Here's an Arvin.
Arvin, yeah.
That's a nice looking radio.
It covers 160 and 80.
Oh. Ah. Oh, Admiral. Oh, let me see here. I think sorry, I'm just quickly I shifted over. I don't know if I saw am I sharing this?
Yep.
Yep.
But I can't seem to, can't seem to scroll down for some weird reason. Well, let me just close that up.
I like the lady in the shower.
You like the lady in the
Like
shower?
down inside the radio museum, there's so many pop-up ads on that thing.
Oh, yeah. Now I get it. Oh man.
To say, I don't remember that at the show.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we're trying to add, attract more ways to make
Right.
revenue. Whatever it takes.
Kind of expand our mission.
That thing is really unusual for a Philco to have an eye tube.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, a little plastic radio with an eye tube.
Yeah, look at that.
And I think that might have sold with it might have gone with the French radio, but if I remember seeing that, I said, wow, I've never seen one of those before.
And an equalizer built in, sort of.
Got to be an export model or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's
Because
really
I've never seen
unusual.
a Philco with an eye tube.
And look at these little icons. Oh, it's really pretty cool. I mean, I don't, unusual.
Pictures of battleships and telephones and
Philco
Yeah.
went the other way.
And
Instead
it's
of
a special.
Yeah. When everybody was on the eye tube craze, they were going the shadow meter craze yet.
Yeah, well, I'd love to know. Actually, it's too bad we don't have Howard here because I'm sure he could tell us a little bit more of the history of this because this one is quite unusual. The telephone, it's got a ship, clock, another phone. I was like, what was?
Looks like it's early 50s.
Could be. Let's take a look at that. I see.
There's 53-950.
Interesting. That's funny. I thought it was older, but it would make sense. That's cool.
Hmm.
Somebody got a great radio.
Yeah.
It's a typical case of you take all these photos and you look back and say, geez, I wish I had actually bought that,
You can see all the little details you missed.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. This is another one of Howard's radios, the Sentinel.
Oh,
And that's a fairly uncommon. My understanding, the model case is not that common on these. Like, I could be
yeah, he
wrong.
likes
that
those
would go
Beetle
well with my
cases.
Sentinel television.
Yeah. That's nice looking dial face too.
Hey, Greg, your audio is low.
Could be I'm not too close to the microphone.
I had a couple of clocks. I don't know who makes these. Yeah, because I didn't say then if it was a Telecron, I might have walked away with one. But either one of these, but these definitely look like where I'd say maybe
The
late 40s, late
dentist
40s.
office phones.
I remember seeing it before,
Dentist
but
office
what's the
clocks.
red dot in the left clock?
Oh,
That's a power failure.
exactly.
Power failure.
Oh, that would actually be
Oh.
that should have been a Telecron.
That's
trait.
probably a Telecron. Can you
They-
zoom?
I'm looking for the
GE.
Telecron. Yeah, it's GE. So they must have
Maybe the Telecron may have licensed it or the reverse.
maybe because my
Oh,
Telecron.
interesting.
Yeah, because my Telecron does have that. Just saying
No
power
one caught
failure
on to
indicator.
my great joke about them being dentist office clocks.
Dentist office. Okay, I'm missing the. Sorry, Noah.
They both say 230.
Wow. Can see yourself eye poked.
Too bad you're in Texas.
Yeah.
Try the veal.
That's funny. Yeah, that's really funny. They're both almost only within about 7 minutes of each other, 6, 7 minutes of each other. That's funny.
Crosley?
Yes, indeed.
Hi, I'm just as we speak, I am texting with Howard and told him we miss him. We have questions.
Yeah, just email.
It's from that here.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that was definitely Howard's. Yeah, and this is I think a speaker. Was this? What is that? Is that a Russian or some sort of? Because it's I'm looking at the language and it makes no sense. I wonder if this is a Eastern European or Russian speaker.
Hmm.
Because you look at this the writing, it's like it's a Cyrillic or whatever. It's not,
That looks refinished too.
it might have been
It's a Bobopedic.
a Bobo Peak.
Not a good job.
Nice job. Look at this. You're getting material for your next tour there, Noah.
I'm warming up for the VRPS.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, there's another Russian radio. You can see though the language there is screaming. I
Wasn't
don't.
this one Howard's Table?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I started with Howard's first when I remember this when I walked in and like I walked in the building. I was because I took my bigger camera with the flash, so just
All
banging out
right.
there. And I started with Howard's, and that's why you saw the French radio. I was like, "Oh, I love it!" And then I walked away taking a bunch of photos. I said, maybe I'll come
So this
back and
this yeah,
gone.
speaker would go with the radio.
Yeah, probably, I would think. Ah, yes. Now we're off to a guy who's setting up his vintage computers. He's got the
Hewlett Packard
digital.
test equipment.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I have this one with the screen has something on it, some game maybe.
Yeah. Ditto. Yeah, exactly. I forgot. Was it Space Invaders? He had something on
I
there.
think so. Yeah.
And here's a compact. What was this?
Kenwood.
Kenwood, yes, with LED
Lafayette
speakers.
speakers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a close up of the camera. It was pretty nice. Probably like a midline Kenwood. Ah, yes, plenty of speakers and some can't really tell on these videos. So I probably have better photos later or whenever. Between Joe and myself, there are bound to be photos of pretty much everything. Joe took a ton of photos and I just merged it into the deck. So everything up on Google is
General Electric fish moth.
Oh, is that what it is right here? This one right here, the first one?
They
Yeah.
call it the fish moth.
Fish. Ah, good to know. It's like a little Emerson TV, cassette deck, radio,
Hmm.
and can opener.
Yeah.
That was
Coffee
actually
maker in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Even makes julienne fries. That was actually kind of cool. Panasonic. These are I guess that because that's but there must be a CD deck. Oh, it's a digital audio tape deck.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it almost looked, that knob for going fast forward and rewind or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, cartridges, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Huh.
Oh,
Yeah. Here's a nice GE. That was actually pretty nice.
That chassis is in a lot of different configurations in terms of cabinet.
Yeah, I like the waterfall design. It's actually quite nice. The speaker and the
I think I had one of those that was in a chair side.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, it's a nice looking radio. Oh, sorry about that, guys. If it's a little bit sensitive of the Mac, you try to when you're trying to zoom in and zoom out. When you zoom in too much, it dumps you into the main uh panel for all the pictures. Another Emerson. That's a weird looking system. It looks like straight out of like the 90s. Not exactly the prettiest thing on the planet, but Still qualifies as vintage.
Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a CD deck, so it is definitely the CD age, so it's got to be in the 90s. Quite likely.
Somebody splatter your lens, John? Or is that on the radio?
The lens.
Where's the picture?
Yeah, all those spots.
I'm not sure. That's a good question because I didn't think, I thought my lens was clean, but we'll see if the next photos because
It's the only one.
that's weird. This is something on the thing itself because that's weird.
Paint spatter because it's one of those contractor all-in-one.
Yeah.
Take on the
Yeah.
job.
Not far from that may not be far from the truth. There we go. Various test equipment or no,
Collins.
take it back.
Collins,
Collins, yeah. A whole bunch of them.
Transceivers.
TIAC.
Is that a 2300? It's a
Yeah.
classic. My
Yeah.
college roommate had one of those.
It's a big beast to be carrying around, that's for sure. And a Dunkin' Donuts cup. Okay, what we got here?
Sansui on the bottom.
Sansui on the top and another Sansui in the bottom, I guess. Okay. Yes, indeed. Well, this is, I didn't know really what to make of this. Looks like would be almost like a scanner or something, a squelch. Made me wonder. Because
A marine radio?
A what?
A marine?
Maybe.
No.
Oh, this is an Alpine. This is one of those you have to flip it. I think it's, is one of those pull-out
Yeah.
car decks, maybe. Because you can see the chassis. Alpine was known for those. I had my Volkswagen Jetta had in the late 80s. Volkswagens were notorious for easy to break in. Well, once you got in, to pull the radio was easy. So people were losing radios left and right. So I got one of those pull-out chassis. So I'd pull it as soon as I was parking somewhere where I didn't trust the area. I'd just pull it out and had a pull-out chassis. It was a good idea. There's a scanner.
No.
Nope.
It's like a
voltmeter.
Voltmeter.
Oh, so it is. Yep. The first glance, I thought it was as well, but nope, you are right. Now that I look at the labeling. That's the storage. Yeah, so I'm sure we have better shots later of this stuff. Oh, okay. Is this Tom Scarpelli's table? This might be. Emerson, of course. $35. And if it's Tom, I think it's Tom's. If it's been recapped and plays, so you're getting a pretty nice little radio, and clean it up yourself if you can. And this a airline. Ah, yes, okay. $85. Bright Eye. That's nice. I like the thermometer style almost.
Yeah, it's actually a ribbon in there that it rotates around, and
oh, okay.
As you go up the dial, it gets more red. Like you said, a thermometer.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know it had varying colors of red.
Yeah, it goes from white to red.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. Auburn.
Wow, a lot of gold there.
Yeah, that is, I guess a lot of plastic.
And a clock.
And a clock. That's pretty cool. Nice little portable.
Stromberg Carlson, I think.
Yeah, you are correct. $35, which is, pretty reasonable. And again, I'm sure it's been, recapped and played, so because it's Tom Scarpelli's radio, so you guarantee it's going to be usually worked on. A Macintosh, an early one. Look at that. Wow. Mac SE. Where we go? This was Adventurer. No, just take away the ad, I guess. No ad, just Adventurer. Multi-band. I've actually never heard of them, but there's the rotatable antenna, I guess. Direction finder, right? So I would assume. It's pretty cool. I don't know anything about these though.
Highly collectible.
Highly collectible.
Rare.
A bunch of various gauges.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out this guy's pricing.
Oh yeah. Oh, there is labeled. Yeah, that's a good point. I have no idea. Oh, someone, I know this went quickly because I know Mike, I forget his last name, bought it. He's into German radios. The guy has, this is a Telefunken Opus 7. From 1956 or so, and that's the Opus was their top end radio. This is a terrific unit. I have a 6 1 year earlier. The only difference really between the 6 and the 7, the 7 had the sound register buttons you see right here, the 5 of them here. The 6 didn't have those. Nice radio, and I think I seem to recall he got a very good deal on it. And if you restore it, you'll get a terrific radio. This is
nice
yeah, it's in pretty nice shape. They had two cabinet versions of that. They had this style, which is a little more modern looking, and they had more of an older style that goes back, that had the tweeters. The tweeters on these, the mid range, are on the sides on each side. The alternate cabinet had around the corners, they stuffed the mid-range at the top and the tweeters at the bottom, so everything was sort of facing you. I have my 6s. They didn't offer this modern cabinet on the 6. Only the 7 and onward offered this, so it's just a little tidbit. But you could get this 2 ways, the Opus 7, and they even made a third because they made a blonde cabinet with a white dial face, which is a little unusual. I prefer the dark dial face, but it is kind of cool and relatively unusual. And what we got here? Oh, Stromberg Carlson. Wow, it's an early one.
Water Kent 20.
Yes, indeed. We got...
go back just for a second.
Oh yeah, sure.
I was looking at the radio underneath, and
sorry about that.
It had
trying to go back. Oh, come on.
That's all right. It said Lafayette on it.
No, that's the wrong one. Sorry about this.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Look down underneath.
Lafayette. Oh yeah, good catch. The Lafayette Nutridyne.
I wonder if Lafayette was a radio manufacturer, or if that was well, Lafayette started as an electronics store in Boston, so it's probably not related to the Lafayette that we all know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, because yeah.
That's cool. Good catch. Good catch, Bob. I mean, Carl. Go ahead. My mind. Yeah. Actually, I need to step away for just 10 seconds.
I have a 20, and that's a nice compact 3 dialer that does a nice work. if you don't want to take up half your room with a 3-dialer.
It seems to me they made a big box and a small box version.
Yes, yes, they did. I've got the small box one. I think that's a small box one.
Yep, I do too.
Speaker available separately.
Sorry about that. I just had to quickly respond to a message that had a little bit of a time part component. Yeah, so yeah, that's oh, for heaven's sakes. It's the only thing that drives me crazy with Macs. It's really hard to govern maybe there's some cool little trick, but I haven't actually figured it out.
Need a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's true.
I used to have a big one of those.
Is this a freshman masterpiece? Oh, it's a nice pilot.
Yeah.
There's a nice piece right below it, too. I'm not sure which one that is, but I'm sure we'll see it shortly. There it is. Now, this didn't come out as well as I really hoped. But anyone know what this is? This one is not striking me, but I love the dial face. What a nice looking,
What's underneath the dial? Literally underneath the center of the dial, there's a
Yeah, I
bar.
can't read it.
It's like a blob.
Westinghouse?
Yeah, the blob.
The blob, blah, 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 right
No,
below.
no, no. Zoom it in as far as you can, John.
On the dial, it's
Come now, bring the whole.
I got it. Now I see what you're talking about. This here, boy, that's.
Yeah, I wonder what that was.
Yeah, boy,
Maybe a light.
Not
I'm
sure.
trying to see the bottom line.
It's a really, I like that.
I like the radio.
Yeah, it's good looking dial face. If we could only figure out what this blob was saying, I might have a clue as to what this is, because I see no other decal or anything else on there.
Going close at the bottom of the dial, there's some writing there. Small writing. Oh, okay. I guess it's just.
I should have gone right for the dial face. I mean, and look in retrospect, but I really like this. Really cool looking radio.
And it's got a magic eye too.
Oh yeah, it does. Gotta have it.
I'm looking through my pictures. I didn't get that one, John.
John, I thought if it didn't speak German, you didn't buy it.
Well, it can, I think well, actually, I did come home. I did come home with a silver tone, so a nice little silver tone. So it must have been faking a German accent. I said, "Okay, I'll take it." Well,
I will chart you.
I didn't dare. By the way, actually, I see the chat going up a little bit. Maybe it wouldn't surprise me if Isaiah is keeping it.
There it is.
It's a Westinghouse. Thank you, Isaiah. You actually are keeping us honest here. Yeah, I came away very light-handed, mostly LPs for my niece and one very small midget Silvertone. Yes, a 6401. It's actually pretty nice. That's really nice shape. But I don't know if maybe this. Does anyone recognize? Because I'm trying to think if this tells us something right here. I'm at maximum, so I can't really tell. But I think I'm sure that's the manufacturer, their logo.
I wonder what the vernier was.
Yeah.
Fine tuning?
I don't know.
That's an unusual
set and
yeah, with the little knobs. I wonder if this could have been a later homemade set.
Well, that crossed my mind, but boy, if they did a really nice
They did
job.
a nice job because I've never seen the little knobs with the straight sides
Hmm.
in that era. They were all that sort of curved like on the bottom three.
Maybe it's a
And the
kit.
lettering looks kind of new.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Interesting radio.
Yeah, but whoever did a heck of a job, and it really looks factory job. I mean,
Yeah.
the fitting of the escutcheon and I just the symbol here might be a clue, but I just don't. I'm at maximum. I just don't know. If anyone would recognize, this logo, it probably would tell us. But
Might be the company that made the tuning mechanism.
yeah, you may be right. Maybe that's sort of a red herring. Well, if it was a homebrew, they did a great job.
Yeah.
The letters on that escutcheon, I finally figured out. I think they're BD.
Yeah.
Did Browning Drake? Did they make a kit? Maybe.
Hmm. Good question. And good catch there, Gary. I don't know.
They might have, Gary. I mean, that radio I lugged down to Cutstown a couple times was a Browning Drake.
I got it zoomed in on mine. I had the same another version.
Okay.
Is Browning Drake Corporation Radio. Yeah, Browning Drake.
Did Isaiah put something in the chat?
No, I have it on a picture of the ones that I took.
Okay, it's just so the chat go up. That's why in case
Isaiah said that he couldn't find anything on Google.
Oh, well, okay. Thanks, Isaiah. Isaiah,
It's definitely Browning Drake.
Hey, Gary, I got to quickly tell you, I kept bringing that Browning Drake. And so I finally brought it to the last Brookline and I had 25 or best offer. And some guy comes up with his friend and they're looking at it and kind of joking around about it. And he looks at me and he says, "Well, I'll give you 10." I said, "Sold." And he almost froze.
Is it?
he was hoping you'd say no, but so did you take it?
Yeah. He took it and it was huge, but it had three nice Cunningham 01As in it and the Brown & Drake Regeniformer. It's a project I wasn't get to, and it was big. It was just a big old radio of this era.
And you know what? It saves you. You would have spent more for the copay for your chiropractor.
Oh no, they weigh nothing.
Is that right? Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's nothing in there but
okay.
tube sockets, and a couple little audio transformers.
On occasion in a swap meet, I'm afraid to make an offer, even though I'd make a lowball one, just in case the guy does accept it. I feel obligated. I'd have to take it home.
Yep. Well, I think that's how that guy felt.
If you want to compare what things are kind of going for a little bit, I sold a Fried Eisman FE15. It's 5-tube, not nine set. It was very nice. It looked like it was a radio that just had never been touched. It did have a set of all like shoulder type O1As in it. I don't recall if I ever checked them, but the radio looked excellent, and never touched. There were three of them there, one at 75, one at 50. I had one at 40. Mine was at 40. I dropped it to 30 on the second day, and the guy who sits up next to me bought it. He called a friend back home in Connecticut who had one like it but not as good, and he bought it for him for $30. Now I paid only 50 for it, maybe 8-9 years ago or so, something like that. So
the market for these have just
non-existent.
Yeah. Do you still have the Hammerlin?
The one that I bought at Kutztown?
The one you kept bringing to Kutztown, the Hammerlin Roberts.
Oh no, I left that at home, and I took the Fried Eisman this time.
No, but do you still have the Hammerlin Roberts?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah. Oh, we might talk someday.
What? I'm sorry.
We might talk someday.
Okay. All right. I brought that to several swap meets. Kutztown, the Nevic one, the good one in Wyndham. I don't recall if I had it at Brookline. I didn't go, I don't think I took to Brookline. Took it to Near Fest. Nobody even looked at the Hammerman Roberts.
Yeah.
And that was a rare radio. I mean, I tell people I may as well have had a blanket over. And it's very interesting radio. And I had it for a number of years before I realized that when you turned the tuning dials, it not only moved the tuning condenser right behind him, but it also it moved the coil inside the main coil up and down. I could change the coupling. And they were neutralized. It was a Nutriodyne, but they couldn't put that word on it anywhere. They could get away with it because it was a kit.
Plus, it's the start of the whole Hammerlin line.
Yes, it was.
You really need, as a vendor, he's selling those kind of radios, you need to have ESP so you can sort of mind read. So when you get this, someone says, geez, I think I'd offer him 20. You say, sold.
Yeah.
I heard your thought.
Yeah.
Hand it over. There we go. So let's see what we got here. Day fan. Very nice graph. I really like the relief on this. Very, very elegant. And this one below is a X Laboratories. X marks the spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right down in the lower right.
See it, yeah.
Yeah, X marks the spot.
Does that say New York down there on the bottom of the X Laboratories?
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go to the eye doctor there, Joe. That's pretty good.
You don't need new glasses, Joe.
No, I know. I got a good deal now.
Would data on it be in the X files?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. There we go. Let's get it. There. Now, what we got here?
Silvertone.
Silvertone. Oh, very nice. Yeah, with
It's like a metal dial face or something.
Yeah, it looks that way.
That would refinish nice.
Yeah.
That would be. That was a nice looking radio. I don't know what the price on that was, but it looks all complete and certainly
Doesn't look like it needs a lot of.
No, you could actually probably not invest a whole lot on the refinishing it. I don't think it needs. It may not. Well, great
I
I'm
would
sure it could
sand
work
it
as
down.
magic.
I've
It's
actually
a nice
got one
three
like
tones
that.
of wood.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
nice looking radio.
Yeah. Is that something that Greg, would you actually go in and actually redo it complete? Or would you try to do a sympathetic restoration and try to keep it original?
Well, it doesn't look like it's all scratched up. I would just try using some goop or Gojo on it and some Howard's Restore finish and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then decide, because you clean up the plastics and so forth, and you might come away saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that plastic. It's not that yellowed.
no."
no, it's not that bad. I mean, if you took some
What
polish.
are the stations on the buttons?
Let's see.
GTIC?
So WHAM, WESC, I think there was ESG or WST,
WNBO.
I don't know any of those.
Yeah, I don't either. WFBL. Yeah, I don't know.
WHAM is Rochester, New York.
Is it? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay,
yeah.
Ars Radiola 26. Look at that thing.
Can you zoom out on that?
I sure can.
Yeah. This is like one, in fact, it might even be the same one that was at Kutztown and we had pictures of last time. No, I'm zoom out, not in. See on the left, the
door? Let me see.
It's a door, but it's
Yeah.
that's actually the antenna. It's
Ah,
the door and the antenna. So that antenna rotates outside of that.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
really a cool radio.
I like the dial points. They're really
Yeah.
ornate and cool. You know, they're
Yep.
all nice brass. Boy, if you do some brass clean, you clean these up. These will look terrific.
You
Just
got a speaker down there, and
yeah.
as I recall, in the back top, there's room for your batteries.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you
Your
need a
your 90-volt batteries.
yeah. It's cool though. I really like this. You don't see these that often.
In your 90-pound radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, pound per volt. Yes, indeed. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have another version of that. All right, yeah.
Where to Kent.
Greg, I think, is that the bigger one?
That looks like the bigger one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece. It looks like a pretty nice, nice nick.
Yeah, that the front panel has been
No, that's the same
repainted.
one. That's the same Lafayette on the bottom.
Oh, you're right. You know what?
Oh,
It's
never
either
mind,
our
Greg.
pictures.
It's the same size.
It's either our
The picture's
picture
deceiving.
combined. Sometimes I also, even if it's just mine, I sometimes end up taking multiple pictures because either I sometimes forget and I say, or I say, you know what, I really like the angle better on this one, and I
Yeah,
don't always delete the photos. You know, I sometimes catch the duplicates, but this time I don't think I did as much.
that's the story. Yeah, we saw that guy.
Yeah.
Are you going backwards, maybe? Nope.
No, there's some
That's fine.
duplicates. Sorry about that. There's the hood open. There's the book. I kind of lifted. I think I lifted the hood quickly to take the see the you know the original manual. I thought that's cool, and it's in really nice shape. The book. Oh, wow, I like this.
Would you run that off of Variac?
The first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, look, is that transformer?
So I'm looking at that 80 in the corner, and it looks like a power supply over there.
Yeah, yeah. It says AC operation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Early AC, yeah.
Yeah, I most of the radios like that, and even almost all my tube radios are hooked up to a Variac that's set at 110.
That's neat though. A complete, it's a really complete
Yeah.
unit. You know,
What's in the little wax bag?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
was needles.
Yeah.
No, it's needles. Australia, Canada, and America.
Indeed. Right.
Nice triplet.
Yeah, $8. $8.
Too low for bread.
Yeah.
There's Jim with the Nevic Troubleshooting Clinic. So, as any of you who attended, we had Larry and Jim feverishly helping out at least a few people. We have some better photos later of those guys hard at work diagnosing people's various maladies and or they were confessing their sins to Father Jim. And they told him to go and read 3 pages of three writers' manuals. But no, they were terrific. I'll have to hear from them how they felt from their perspective. I never got a chance to actually ask them, well, how do you feel about taking that on? And but they were hard at work, and Jim was like talking to the people, giving them a lot of instructional information. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea. And this picture Jim had done, because if he wanted to just sort of point out to the sections, he did. I think he used the same one he did when he did this sort of the radio training class about troubleshooting and going through all the different stages of the radio. And I think he just repurposed that just so he could point to it. He was trying to help somebody, point to where to fix things. But those guys were pretty hard at work. So I give them just big kudos for all that effort. Hopefully hopefully they'll regret with their decision of done that. Joe Coco's like kind of the bad thing. There's Joe and his daughter setting up. So not the best shot because all we have is the top of their heads and their backs. Oh, Joe was selling this. It was I forget who made this. It said low, like, fairly lower end. Um, plus it came at the very best of Hank Williams. If you just want some, typical early mid-70s stuff, perfectly nice. And I'm sure it'll works fine. Ah, yes, definitely Joe, because the speakers, yeah, a couple of pair of Panasonic thrusters, they were like, the Panasonic label for, geez, 70s, 80s, probably into the 90s. But of course, Joe had a bunch of his Deoxit on top. Onkyo set. It's always hard to take this stuff indoors because it's black. It just absorbs everything, even with flash.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Yeah.
I did it without a flash and it still came out ugly.
Oh, okay. I know sometimes, like the iPhone cameras sometimes are more benign in that regard and actually do a better job. They do remarkably good. They're remarkably good indoors. And it's a JVC. Here's a JVC that was available. I don't know if that was in Joe's, but it was on its side. Again, so it's got a little equalizer and definitely probably early mid-70s kind of stuff. What do we have here? Manual most often needed radio diagrams. It was an AK, right? Yeah, it's an AK.
Yeah. Isn't that a 30?
Let's see. Does it say? I don't think it says
On the badge up there on the lid.
Receiving set. Doesn't
33.
actually. There you go. Yeah, thanks. There's Kenny Cole setting up his table. You can see this Telefunken reel to reel right here, and I think that's and he's got TV and some other stuff, and he's always good about getting records. My niece said asked for Earth, Wind and Fire and Stevie Wonder, so I got took a few things home from him. A Sky Buddy Helicopters. And Lafayette right below it. He's kit. What do we got below here? Something more modern. Not sure who makes that.
Kenwood TS520S.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Carl.
Tech Corsair.
Indeed.
Nice radio.
Books. Radio Boys.
It's got to be Fran Holly.
That might have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the guy with the computers. He had he just did put all these like LED strobe lights behind behind the speaker grill and added this on top. It was, just playing along with the music. It's, you want to throw it into your room, turn all the lights off. I guess you could have a fun time. Good for a teenager. I forgot his name. He does a lot of sort of do-it-yourself things. He's pretty imaginative. Agilent. Yes. And HP below it. Ah, yes, Space Invaders confirmed. There's a really little stereo amplifier. And with the box. Pretty cool. I like this color combo on this unit.
Oh, John, I was just thinking that's the ugliest color combo I've ever seen.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. It's just, I didn't mind that too much. I was just like, maybe because I don't see it. And to me, it screams 50s. So that's why I like it. Like, I wouldn't have it in my house. But when you're looking for that classic 50s, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm good with that.
That held up well, the trim dial on both dials. There's
Yeah.
no fading, pitting. It didn't go gray, except for the number 2 on the clock side.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have an owl that just it's ugly.
Yeah, I guess that's the eye beholder. I'm okay with it from the 50s because it's just, you look at some of the car color combinations they chose to were pretty vivid as well.
Yeah, this is
I
just
assume that inner dial on the clock, that's how you set the alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sleep on that too. I think the bottom one is the one of those you turn and it's the sleep. You get however many minutes.
And it's a Telecron.
Yeah.
They work. I would just use that bottom left-hand knob for the sleep, the big one.
Yeah.
Just turn it counterclockwise till you hear a click.
I think this is missing a knob as well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So it's missing one part.
Actually, I think on those that was volume only, and that little knob that's missing was off and on.
Okay.
No, that was the sleep. The off and on is on the kind of the middle there, about 3.
I knew one of the little ones is off and on.
Yeah, and then the alarm set is on the top.
Okay.
Okay. Sylvania.
Wow.
It's like even has like the date and the time. It's got the
wow,
little
a calendar.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, it's not bad.
That's a complicated mechanism for its time.
Yeah, it is. I like it. See the little radio right below it, the AM part. Not bad. Okay, a bunch of radiolas. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Tubes.
Yeah.
How much they want for them? Needs both transformers. Well, yeah, that's where I'm at. Needs transformers. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't say anything about price.
Joe, Hammond Transformer made cores that are exact replacement for the cores in those transformers.
Yeah, I need one for that, and the AK-30. I need to get into that too. I have another one that went.
All right, but if the AK-30 doesn't need, if you don't care about having the exact transformer, I have a ton of 3-to-1 transformers.
All right.
That era.
When you get back.
Yep.
Fentone Mark 8 stereo.
The military behind it.
Oh, let me back her off. How come it's not letting me go? There we go. You are correct, but it is. I'm not sure. I may have a better shot, or you may have a better shot.
No, I don't. I don't remember seeing.
I don't think the lettering looks military.
Maybe okay, maybe not. I'll see if I have a better shot later. Just the look almost felt like it was military, but
it's interesting. All the dials have got a different alpha identifier, LMNOP.
Yeah, I see what you're
saying. AF gain,
KL.
Yeah, KLMNOP. Yeah.
Why can't? Okay. Okay, I couldn't see it. I take it back, Joe. I think you're right. I think it is military.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeing the top of it.
Well, those caps for the I think it's the phones,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that knob for the phone CW
Yeah.
Yeah,
calibrator.
no, I didn't I could just see I had my screen set up wrong, and
Yeah.
I apologize for being so pompous.
Oh no, hardly.
This guy had the most unbelievable prices.
Yeah.
I hope he's not on, but
Yeah, that's
I thought
Steve.
I'd have that on my table for 10
Easily. Yeah.
or best offer.
Well, I mean, the one thing I know with Steve is this has been gone through in every, it's
the probes, the probes.
The
yeah.
probes are worth a buck, but these take a funky battery, if I recall.
No, it's a AC VTVM.
Yeah,
So it
but I
plugs
think there's
in.
a battery that goes in there, and it's
Really?
not
Okay.
something you were going to find.
And I know this has been, I'm quite sure it's been gone through. I guess, maybe just a,
I think they have either a C or a D battery in them. At least the one I have does.
Well, they're hard to find in Jefferson, Maine.
Here's another Heath kit.
Yeah,
120
okay. Now
for
I've
that
got
thing?
that same VTVM, and there's nothing.
No.
I mean, it's nice and clean, but
Yeah. Well, I guess it's the cost of restoration, I guess.
And he wants $5 for each of those battery holders.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't know who's this. I forget whose table this was, but hey, little Philco AM that has been recapped, but it still has distortion, so it needs a little more work. It's actually a pretty decent shape. $50
yeah,
isn't way out of line. I mean, like the strap looks
the strap looks
looks
good.
good. And a lot of those straps look pretty haggard looking, sometimes broken or pretty tired. This one's in decent shape.
The dial looks great.
Yeah.
I don't see the tambour door though.
The what?
The
The
little
tambour
door
door's gone.
Oh, good catch. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The
Yeah.
what's gone?
The tambour
It was
door,
like
it
a
goes
roll
over the
top
front.
desk. It had a tambour
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, they did have
The
a,
roll top desk.
yeah.
Where'd it roll to?
Over the
There was
dial.
there was a receiver in the back it would go to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's back there.
I don't see the top. It
You
should
see
be
it
on
under
the
the
top.
handle.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Still a pretty decent. I mean, well,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
could get it for less, I would assume, since it's an OBO. Okay, is a national.
It's the first time I've ever seen that model.
It's only in nice condition. Looks, of course, recapped. I think I saw, did someone, I forget who it was, somebody, because you don't see these that often, might have put it on our reflector, a few weeks before our meet. I seem to recall someone noting a national NC 105 for sale. There's another
Oh,
national.
yeah. I had one of them years ago.
It's a nice shape.
Yeah.
It does look really nice.
Uh-huh.
$40.
Saw a cool article on modifying a signal generator into a regen receiver.
Jeez.
That'd be a fun one to do it with.
I've seen it for transmitters. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
That's the one I took home.
Wow.
Very nice.
The little silver tub, it's a little guy. It's this midget radios. And
Board tube.
yeah,
Hot chassis?
Yep. Yeah, it's
Yep.
a 6401, but you know what? it's really nifty. It's a neat little, and actually picks up pretty decently.
How's it sound next to the Grundig?
Well, you know, it goes, it looks at it, it goes, I am not worthy. I am not worthy. But
Oh well, it gets BZ news really
yeah,
nice.
and it has this fun little the dial device is even back. You would think that, such a base radio, it has a light bulb back there. It's this
Oh,
like nice little reddish orangey glow. It's not super bright, but you can see it. It's actually pretty cool. And that's a nice, easy adjustable. It's just a little radio. Um, certainly like them in terrific shape.
it is cute.
You know, let's see, is a GE? I forget what this is, or is this no RCA? I take it back. That's right. I just remember the little thing on the dial pointer fixed on there. It's an RCA motif. Come on, come on, come on. Constant communicator. You don't see these very often, but I've seen these more than I saw. You recall I showed my little constant aircraft monitor from the early 50s, and this one is you know, a transmitter receiver, and this is made in Burbank, California. With the tuning eye, I thought it was kind of neat. You don't see
Yep.
these a lot often of any type, but I've seen the communicators more than my little lonely aircraft monitor. But thank you guys. I got to go onto manuals.com and order my schematics for it and see if this, how reliable that site is. But
I remember when I upgraded from my Heathkit tour to this at about the age of 16 after doing a lot of mowing a lot of lawns.
uh
Yep, yep, it used to be a fair amount of 2 meter activity down in southern Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
And you see them in yellow for CD a lot of times.
Hmm. Oh, well, let's see what we got here. We got JVC at the bottom here. What
Night
is
Kit
it?
Star Roamer.
A night.
I have one that's a kit in the box still. It was given to me.
Wow.
Has anyone ever seen a Star Roamer 2?
No.
I saw one. It was like an updated version of that. It was all solid state, and it was at Nearfest maybe 4 years ago or so, like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was really cheap. And I didn't jump on it because I thought a friend of mine who was there would be more interested in it than me. So I went to get him and find him, and it took me so long to get him over there to look at it that by the time he got there, it was sold. What one non-original knob? Other than that, it's the only one I think I've ever even seen.
I never even heard of that, Gary.
And some more Paramount Pictures. The theater experience. It seems on the newer side. A Denon and what's down there in the bottom. But realistic.
There's no hope with light, Johnny, because you've got the outside light right next to it.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing. Because that was right near, you could see where the table was, right near the side entrance going out. Yeah. The Sony Onkyo and the Sony Blow It. No baloney. A little realistic equalizer. There we go. A bunch of people milling about. There's Howard, speaking of which. And Bob Fedora. There's Tom Scarpelli out there. And
This is the one I took.
yes. Oh, it might have been. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be on the cover.
Very nice. There's Paul Rochelo, our radio contest organizer out there. And so I can identify some people lurking about. There's Joe over there, Joe Coco. There you go. More activity. Good to see some young people shopping. Hammerlum. And what's above this, but yeah, there's Bob. Try to take some pictures as people. There's Zenith and
Nice.
a couple of Zeniths. Of course, it was going to be a TO. What were they asking on this? Is it 99, 99? It's a 600, I think, if I read that right. Looks a nice shape. I'm assuming it was restored, but I don't know. It looks in pretty nice, and condition-wise, looks very nice.
Did they have a BFO in them?
No.
Okay.
This should be a Grundig if memory serves. It's like it's a base model. This is from like 64 or 5 in that range. Some of the last of the two radios. Your basic AM/FM radio. Still, nice little radio.
Is that a crack right down the middle on the top?
Oh yeah, on top.
Yeah, that could be. I don't think that's a no, it could be a reflection. I think it's
It looks like an antenna.
Yeah. I think it's
transoceanic.
Yeah. Yeah, there's TO behind it. Yep. Yeah, that's what are they asking for it? 89. Yeah, that's a little ambitious for that. This radio is nice, but not, it's not that.
Why do a lot of them have that staying around the speaker?
I don't know what's about the material and I always wonder whether it like attracted dirt. Was it the magnetic field, or what was it about the speaker opening that always darkened more than the rest of the? I have the same thing on my Lova Alta. It's the original grill cloth. I decided to leave it because I'd rather originality is just a little bit of, so, if you want to look at it, soil looking, but more than reasonable. But I've seen that a lot. And those, especially around that era, I don't know, it's the type of cloth.
I had a Grundig out of that era, and it did the same thing. And I was wondering if just a little bit of spot remover might do it.
Yeah, I know that Paul Rochelot did some various techniques. I know we had some threads on, Groups.io on that, and I'm always like a little worried. Like if it's not too bad, I'll leave it and accept it as sort of like patina, grill cloth patina. If it's really bad, then it's got to go. But
can you get replacement grill cloth for that?
You could get, probably some approximation, because I know I've seen like people selling like European radio replacement grill cloth that kind of approximates it. So if you're really picky or if your radio looks if the grill cloth's particularly haggard, just, I haven't replaced anything yet. I suppose either I have ones that are just an almost like immaculate shape, or I have some that look no worse than this, and I say, it's fine. I like originality, and I'll make an error. It's just like cars. If it can only be original once, I'll accept it has a door ding and leave it be, or a little minor scratch and leave it be.
Patina.
Exactly. If it doesn't look bad, leave it. At least for me, that's how I feel.
And that radio had the FM channels on it, in addition to the frequency. I'm surprised to see that from the 60s.
Oh,
and meters.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I see your point.
Oh, yeah, channels.
Yeah, the dial. That's a good catch there, Gary.
That's not meters.
That's not meters. That's the channels.
It was FM channels.
Oh.
I don't think the public ever referenced them or used them.
No, that's a really good point.
Wow, that's cool.
That's a great little factoid. And I wonder when they cut that out. They must have got it out by the late 60s. Maybe just said forget it. But
And
but
it,
this
it reads right to left too.
Grundig was the opposite. They
Yeah.
almost always did the numbers from right to left. All the other German manufacturers I can think of did left to right. Um, you know, and this one at least is where this one's a little bit better than bass because you even have a pickup. You actually could connect a phonograph or whatever you want on there. You could actually get some auxiliary in. Most of the German radios did offer that. But some, as they got later in the 60s, some of the like real strippo Grundigs, I don't think had it. Save a few dollars here or there, or adds up. A Sangean, I guess a internet style radio, or maybe not. Maybe that's just
Is
a
that one of
straight.
those internet radios?
I was thinking that's what it was, and maybe that is. It probably is. Yeah, AM digital receiver. So I'm thinking that's exactly the case. I thought about it, but I was like,
Wasn't somebody giving those away at one of those shows?
they might have
I
been.
don't know this model, but they had a whole bunch of internet radios. They were just
Yes, it was a while ago. I remember that now.
Oh shoot, the one.
I
Oh,
like that one.
This is an Olympic. This was a Schaub Lorenz, I think, or was it? But it was a Olympic. What must have been the importer because they got the full FM spectrum, which means the U.S. model.
But also right to left.
Aha, yes, indeed. So I stand corrected. There was somebody else who thought that was a good idea, and I know this is not Grundig because Majestic brought in Grundig. So this is Olympic, and I
Stop.
see Schaub Lorenz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, look at the tone knobs. What is 3D?
So what they would do is that they had the two speakers on the side, you had the main front, and this one I think was stereo on top of it. You could add a third speaker. So without it, you would just sort of you just give a slightly more, as the word, three-dimensional, fuller sound from both all the speakers. And it actually does make a difference. I mean, it really does. But this is an early stereo, which means you have to go auxiliary in. And I
so
think
John, two things on this. On the bottom right bottom, let's see, where it says treble, there's a knob.
Yeah,
okay?
it's a roller
And there's
knob.
a G clef right there. What is that? A tone control
Yeah.
window?
Yeah. Though this on
Okay.
each side, you had a little window that and would
Okay.
go,
And then
it would
if you
go
go,
up. Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is fully full treble because the window's completely black. This one on the bass side is only partially up. You can see it's a little window. They just it would
Yeah.
just keep going across these little touch. Some of the Germans just did like a little like half hemisphere, and you see they go up this way, whereas this one is more of a slider.
All right.
It
Now,
must have been for U.S. market. It's got the
Yeah.
civil defense.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
because Schaub Lorenz, I don't think you saw these unless someone brought them in directly from Germany. They didn't have a big, you could think of it as like a sort of second tier German manufacturer. Not that they made, bad stuff. It's just that you had, like the Grundigs, the Telefunkens, Nordmende, all those heavyweights and these second tier, if you will, still made nice radios. And Olympic, now a lot of these were imported through an importer, and Olympic in Long Island City they brought in obviously Schaub Lorenz, but they also brought in Lova Opta. And because and Olympic, when they would do is they made a range agreement to say, we will, bring in your radio, give us all the features, and of course, give us the full FM, full frequency spread. And they usually option it up. So like radios had certain models that could offer like three speakers instead of two or one. They'd all the way option it up and put their label Olympic, whatever. Like I have an Olympic Opta, and Olympic Opta was it's a Lova Opta with an Olympic badge, and it has all the goodies. It's got, the three speakers, the sound register buttons, all the things that the base one didn't have, but you could get in Germany the next version of if you wanted to buy the deluxe. So they just have to take the deluxe version, slap the label on, give us the full spectrum on FM, and maybe cut out maybe some of the extra shortwave bands. If they had multi shortwave, and that's what you got in the U.S.
And it's also got the channels.
Yeah, exactly. So I wonder whether they actually stopped doing that. It's a really interesting. Well, it was a good catch there by Gary. Now we're going to be focused on that.
So go over to the left side, right above whatever that knob is. Is that a
It's a tuning eye.
meter? Tuning eye.
Yeah, that's probably an EM84. That's probably EM84. So we'd probably go
like a 6AL7, or is it like a wider than?
Yeah, it might be that because it's funny though. This is from what's interesting is well, given this is stereo, this puts you in the late 50s, and the EM84s were showing up around that time, so that's about right. Because German stereos were probably 59-ish, maybe 58, but I can think of 59 for sure, and this might be right around the same year.
So they used a frosted window over in front of the tube.
Yeah, at least this one does. Mine, like the Telefunken was clear, So yeah, I'd like to see this one. I can't swear this is an EM84, but it looks like it. Um, I don't see Charles Lorenz all that often, so actually, I don't know the model number on this one offhand. This is, I looked at it, but it needs work, and it's got clutch problems. And when I say your clutch problems, you're like, okay, it's like hard finding parts and to rebuild everything. Now maybe it's just some grommets, but then I think about, okay, John, you have to be selective. That's talking to myself. The little John in my shoulder is talking in my ear saying, be selective. And also you'll be dodging the rolling pin.
Do you think those piano keys have the same problem as the Grundigs?
That's an interesting question. I don't know. I would say that I think the Grundig ones tended to show up more so in the late 50s and into the 60s. And yeah, they had to be rebuilt because that pot metal broke down pretty quickly. I can say that my mid 50s, like my Telefunkens, never given me a lick of problems. They don't never deteriorate to the point where they're breaking and not working. So I think it was Grundig chose it might have been the sort of the late 50s, the Germans, they start cutting back in some of their material a bit because it's costing them, and then maybe they go to pot metal and then they get burned by it later.
Yeah.
I can't swear that but I've seen the issue of Grundig's more in the later years than I did in the earlier years. But I can't swear, whether, because I don't have many Grundigs I don't think I have any from the mid 50s to really swear to it. I had an early 60s Grundig that Don Elliott restored, which I bought for my sister for her birthday/retirement some years ago, and he rebuilt the keys because of the notorious pot metal issue. Actually, Cosmic, this is a nice radio. It really is. If you want to rebuild it, I just said, needed to be somewhat sensible here. But I like that radio. It's very attractive looking. Yeah, it probably sounds okay. But I think it might be only like two smaller speakers, one main one, two smaller. You'd have to add an auxiliary speaker to really enjoy a bookshelf speaker, which has a connection for to really fully enjoy it. But
not a bad size either.
No, it's not too bad. It's a little bit bigger than say a Gavoda. So it's I actually stylistically I really like it. If it caught my eye the more I walked up to it, I said, oh, I wonder if this is a Schaub, and sure enough. But anyway, guys, actually we're right at the bottom of the hour, just a couple of minutes after, and I want to promise to cut you guys loose at a reasonable time. So we'll leave it here, and maybe we'll pick this up 2 meetings from now. But I'll certainly prioritize if anyone has, for example, I know if I can reel in Hugh and Steve to show us pictures from the AWA conference, as well as I know Hugh was in Rotterdam or something. He was like, it was some sort of museum that had a bunch of stuff. He had promised some photos. So anyway, well, whatever comes up, a couple of meetings from now, because next meeting will be, of course, our open forum in November.
All right.
Good.
Okay.
All right, guys. It was great seeing you all. Thanks for the fun meeting, and stay warm and dry and all those other things and safe. And we'll be talking to you over email or certainly see you in a couple of weeks.
Have a safe trip, Carl. Thanks.
Yeah, travel safely there, Carl.
I think he left already.
Oh, okay. Good
Oh,
seeing
well.
you guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.